Welcome to UG50 and Beyond, your vision, our mission. My name is Lisa Sumra and I am the host. This program is produced by the Public Relations Division of the University of Guyana and seeks to highlight the programs and services of the university. In studio with me are representatives from the Institute of Distance and Continuing Education, also known as IDCE. IDCE, I will just like to welcome the representatives from IDCE. To my right is Mr. George Headley, and he is the Instructional Design Specialist. And to his right is Mr. Julian Bino, and he is the Administrative Officer Acting. Before I get into conversation about IDCE, I would just like to tell the viewers a little about the mission of IDCE. IDCE provides equality of access to education. It provides a continuum of educational integration and interaction to adults and out-of-school youth, and a natural right of all Guyanese to education. These points jumped out at me. When I read this, I realized there's hope for, the population. IDC has 4 branches around Guyana. Tell us about these branches.
Well, it's a pleasure being here to discuss IDC. Now, the branches that we have are located in 4 administrative regions.
Okay.
We have located in Berbice, and that is New Amsterdam, Berbice. We have located in the Linden area. We have a branch in Anna Regina, Essekrebo, and of course, Georgetown.
Okay. Talk about some of the programs that IDC offers.
Well, we've been in existence for a number of years, and over the years, our courses have broadened, that's widened, and we've introduced new courses. But we still have what we call our flagship course. So first and foremost, we offer the Industrial Relations and Management program.
That's a big one.
That's the big one. That's our flagship program, as we like to call it. And what that does, basically, it introduces persons to the University of Guyana, persons that may not have reached the qualifications required by the university. Industrial Relations and Management will take the place of their CXC or whatever qualifications they may possess, and the university accept them into any program within the social science faculty. As it's broadened, more and more faculty are accepting the Industrial Relations and Management program. That's the 1 year. Secondly, we have courses like Early Childhood Education 1 and 2 for persons vying to become child care specialists, persons that want to open daycares, and so on. That course is there for them. We have the Social Work 1 and 2 established, and is there for persons that are aiming to be social workers within their community, within Guyana, or maybe within the region as a whole. Of course, we also offer the Occupational Health and Safety Seminar Program and also the Diploma Program.
Okay.
Still within the 1 year program, we also offer courses like CXC Academic Upgrading Program. And these were established for persons that did not do so well at their CXC. But we didn't write them off. The university, in thinking about these persons, would have established these courses so that they can continue their education, as it's in our name. Right? So the academic upgrading is there so that they can continue with their CXC and, of course, move on to further education.
So these programs that you just mentioned can allow persons to transition to intramural University of Guyana.
Yes, yes.
Along with the IRM that was mentioned. What are the faculties that allow these courses that you mentioned, early childhood and so forth?
Well, these early childhood courses, they're established basically as pre-learned courses. Persons mainly do them to establish themselves in business or otherwise.
Great.
But the course that namely takes you into the university without question is Industrial Relations and Management, the IRM program. And of course, like I said before, it's within the social science faculty. There are also the 021 proficiency, maths, English, chemistry, and physics that also allows persons to get into faculties such as health sciences and technology within the University of Guyana, providing that they would have gotten a low grade in maths or English, chem, or physics, grade 4 primarily, and they need just a little bit of an upgrade to get into the University of Guyana.
Online is one of the talks, you know, now of these days as we move forward in society and connectivity and so forth, information communication technology. Tell us about some of the online courses.
Thank you, Lisa. To add to what Mr. Bino would have said, the Institute of Distance and Continuing Education offer training via 2 modes. That is face-to-face, and Mr. Bino would have mentioned some of those courses, and also online. Now, the online courses that we offer at present are supervisory management. It's a 15-week course. Human resources management, that also is a 15-week course, and project management. They are all 15 weeks courses. Besides those courses, we have also advertised for a certificate in web designing, and that's a 1-year course, and a diploma in mobile application development. Those are that's a diploma. So you have those 2 modes that we offer, face-to-face and also via online.
And when are these courses scheduled to commence?
Well, we plan to restart those courses sometime in next month, maybe around the 17th, I think, of next month. We plan to restart those courses.
What has been the response so far?
Well, very encouraging, because what you find, you have persons from the various regions in Guyana. Those persons, for various reasons, may not be able to attend the face-to-face classes. So the online mode of development is somewhat convenient for them, because it's anywhere, anytime, at their convenience, as long as there is internet access. And what I will also like to mention, Lisa, about those courses is that, for instance, you may have to be out of the country. It will not affect your studies. All you need is internet access, and you would be able to continue with your studies.
Explain a little more about the courses. What are they made up of? Having acquired, having been qualified in the areas and given a certificate and so on, what can someone do in terms of career?
Well, basically, what you find is that projects, everything now, you know, when you see advertisement and so on, they ask you if you have project management. There are 2 areas, computer literacy and project management. So it's what you term continuous development or staff development. Because those 3 courses, the project management, supervisory management, and human resources management, it will not give you automatic entry into the university, but it will add to what you have. With the mobile application diploma and the web development, you may have exemptions for some courses at the University of Guyana.
Such as?
Well, I cannot precisely say those courses, but they have parallel courses being run at the University of Guyana.
All right. Let's go back to the flagship courses as were mentioned before. What are the requirements for those courses?
Okay, the requirements are quite simple. We look at it as persons that have a desire to develop, and so we will not hinder those desires. Primarily, the requirement for the industrial relations and management is 3 subjects CSC. And those 3 subjects must include maths and English at grade 4, the least. But we also take into consideration persons that are advanced in age. So there's a mature age range.
Okay.
So that we looked at persons that are in years of work and are functioning as supervisors and so on. They can come and do the program because we consider them mature. Also, for persons that would have went to Critchlow Labor College and would have done the industrial relations and social studies, they themselves will get automatic entry into the industrial relations and management. So primarily 3 subjects CXC and any other qualification that we deem necessary or we deemed official, like if you went to the Government Technical Institute, GTI, and you would have come out with a diploma in commerce or computer studies, we will look at that as well.
Has any one of the programs been enhanced over the years to meet the changing needs of society?
Well, I would say that we are always growing, always changing. As the university grows and as the university changes and to meet the needs of the growing population and those that wants to study, so is the Institute of Distance and Continuing Education growing. So our courses are constantly under revision, constantly being redesigned. They were recently redesigned just to meet the need of the society that we now live in.
Yes.
And so that is why we now have many of our courses aiming to be online besides the 4 that are already there.
Yes.
So we're aiming to put most of our courses, if not all, online so that persons could have access to them. And so our courses are constantly being redesigned.
Okay. Speak about some of the collaborative initiatives. Does IDC cater to the needs of industry, like in terms of organizations, if they want a short course designed for their staff members, or if faculty as a support, to faculty and so forth? Is there such an arrangement?
Yes. Institutions, corporations, individuals, if they are interested in a course or courses, what we do, we design those courses for them in collaboration with the institution or organization. Or if they have their own training materials, we look at what they have, and if there is need to improve or make adjustments, we do that. So the institute is open to collaboration with organization and institution. All you have to do is just come into us, tell us what you need, and we would be able to provide such training for your staff.
Okay.
And as I mentioned, with the online mode of delivery, what you find is that staff do not have to study during their working hours. They could do it in the evening, so it will not affect production at the corporation or institution.
Okay. Is there potential for courses for the outlying regions, like the hinterland areas and so on, if they want to access like short courses? Is there, well, I guess there's potential, but is there anything that is in the works for that?
All right. The Institute has been working with the regions for a number of years.
Okay.
We always seek to provide education to these regions, to bring the Institute to them. In fact, the Institute was designed for this very reason. To reach these outlying areas. And so we're constantly working with them. We constantly take our courses to them. And of course, what we do, we tend to visit these areas to see what the need of the area is. For instance, within the interland, we would visit and speak to Tushaus to find out what the people may need. And so when we would have discovered the need within that area, then that's how we design courses. We also work with the government of Guyana through their hubs, their internet hubs, to bring and deliver quality education to those regions. So we're constantly working with the regions, and we're always reaching out to find out what the need of those areas are, what the need of the people / youths are within those areas.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the career opportunities that can be had, or success stories? You know, sometimes you might encounter as a lecturer, you know, out of school youth, and you know, they might have a story to tell, and this IDC gives them an opportunity to upgrade and do something with their life, so to say. What are some of the sectors that persons, you know, can be a part of, having completed some of these programs?
Well, if I should contribute to that,
sure.
As I mentioned before, with the project management,
Mm-hmm.
I could recall persons saying to me, those who are studying at the nation's university,
Mm-hmm.
that they were successful while some of their colleagues were not, because
Mm-hmm.
of the project management
Mm-hmm.
that they would have done. Because part of it is to produce a project.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that foundation that they got from the institute, they were able to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, in terms of the supervisory management, I always say to students that we all need supervisory management training.
Mm-hmm.
And they will say to you at the end of the training that they would have learned a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and they were able to apply what they have learned when they go back into their working environment.
Okay, some of the courses that you mentioned, are they evening courses? How are they normally run?
The majority of the institute courses are evening. They run normally from 5 to
Mm-hmm.
7 within the evening. We do take into consideration some special courses that runs
Mm-hmm.
within the day, and that is based upon organizations itself.
Oh, okay.
Right. So like for instance, we have our occupational health and safety workshop,
Mm-hmm.
which is a day release. And so what we do, we write to organizations letting them know that this program is on, and that if they want to add participants to this program and to train in the sense. And so within 1 day per week,
Mm-hmm.
for 15 weeks, this program will run. And so this, with the exception of a few others, will run during the day. But majority of our courses are set for persons that are working, persons that are in business, persons that are studying, that they can come off of work, come off of whatever business they're running, and do some courses within the evening.
Okay. What is an academic upgrading program? I noticed it, you know.
All right. It's basically the term that was given to the CXC courses.
Oh, okay, great.
Right. So instead of deeming it CXC, as I look at it, persons that had struggled
Mm-hmm.
with the CXC itself
Mm-hmm.
find it difficult to go back to the CXC.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we termed it academic upgrading, it's for two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
One, not to deter people from
Yes.
actually doing their CXC
CXC.
again. and secondly, for persons that are already working,
Yes.
didn't get the chance to write their CXC.
Mm-hmm.
They're already in the profession and the professional world, but they need to upgrade.
Yes.
And so the term academic upgrading is quite, it's there, it's plausible.
Okay. Why should, Mr. Headley, why should a potential student join the Institute of Distance and Continuing Education?
Because we offer quality training, and quality assurance and quality control is in place, and it's very important to us. So at the end of the training, they would be able to apply what they would have learned. So quality is very important to us. So based on that.
Okay, even you've mentioned the classes are evening. What is the assessment like in terms of, are there projects, tests? How do they achieve this certificate at the end of the program?
Well, it's based on the course or the program that they're doing. You will have a variety of activities that they will have to complete. Also, they have their final examinations. With the online courses, although it's anywhere, anytime at their convenience, the final examination, they have to write it in a classroom setting.
I'm glad you made that point clear so that everyone understands, you know.
And with the face-to-face classes, the assessment goes in the basis of coursework and final exams. So they would split it in two forms. The coursework could take forms as 2 in-class tests, or maybe assignments given. But primarily, it with coursework that takes up 40 to 50% of the grade, and then you have your final exam to come to that total.
How does one go about applying for the programs?
Well, applying is quite simple, actually. You can always make contact with the office. Right? We prefer to meet with you, to talk with you,
and
to guide you. Right. So the numbers that we have, you can call 227-0407. You could call 225-1488. Those are the main numbers to get the admin office.
Talk about some of the developments over the years, and your vision for IDC.
Well, in terms of, I will look at vision in terms of online education.
Yes.
One is to improve the e-learning capacity at the University of Guyana. 2, to improve the number of courses, online courses offered at the university, and to ensure quality assurance in what we do. To improve the e-learning capacity, what we plan to do is to train staff to design and develop online courses.
Good.
Train staff how to facilitate or teach online. And to continue with the training in using the course management software, or what you call the learning management software that you use to put the online courses online. In terms of increasing the number of courses, we will take into consideration oil and gas, and also internet security.
Great.
We plan to have those courses.
Great.
And anyone, as I mentioned before, or organization interested in a course, just call us and we will try.
And if I may add to that,
sure.
The vision primarily, and this is why we're moving to have all our courses online.
Mm-hmm.
The vision is to have the Institute of Distance and Continuing Education as the open campus of the University of Guyana, so that anyone, anywhere, at any time could access the university.
Mm-hmm. Final thoughts before we wrap?
Well, I would like to say that we are growing, we are moving. We have the potential, the capabilities of satisfying the public. Just contact us and we will try our best to provide training to you.
Right. And of course, our registration period is currently on. Our courses are expected to start in September. That's our new academic year. And so we're now registering and looking forward to meet new students as they come into us.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Bino, and thank you, Mr. Headley, representatives from the Institute of Distance and Continuing Education. And as Mr. Bino mentioned, applications are currently open. And if you need more information about IDC, you may go on to the University of Guyana website, idce.uog.edu.gy. Thank you again, gentlemen, and thank you for watching.